Well, here we are again, folks. I'm on a roll. I just have a lot to talk about. Oh, by the way, a beautiful day. What's the date today? The 21st? I believe it is, October 21st. It's a little bit cooler, but walking up this steep hill with just this one shirt on is plenty. So, and the sky is beautiful. Let me get a 360 around here, and it's just gorgeous. I'll show you more when we can see the valley down there. But today, I wanted to just talk. I mean, of course, the election is the top of mind, you know. And I saw a funny clip today of President Trump working in McDonald's. Let's see if I can get the light on me here, right? And oh man, it was comedic gold, and the crowds lining up in Pennsylvania to greet him, and the comments from the customers. I mean, it has MSNBC and the DNC and ABC and all. They are in a panic over this, trying to somehow shed some shade on it. Oh my heavens. One of Trump's greatest lines in it was, I've now worked at McDonald's for 15 minutes, and that is longer than Kamala. Oh, it was, yeah, because he said he has people look into it, and no one can confirm that she worked at McDonald's. She may have, who knows, but the fact is that the truth, the actual truth, never seems to stop some people, right? Whatever it takes to get elected. But and then the Dems are wringing their hands, trying to, take some negative. First of all, okay, he's a populist president, just like Hitler or something. Like Hitler was so popular, crowds were roaring, so they're trying to time to Hitler. Oh my heavens, the mental gymnastics are humorous, but so we want to go for a woman that has had no votes given for her, was installed by a coup, and that is somehow going to save democracy. But a popularly elected president, no, we can't have that. We can't have that. That's anti-democratic. It's just like the mental gymnastics are just hilarious. But anyways, let's see if I can get the light. Okay. Oh, by the way, a beautiful day. Here's the valley. I don't know if you can get a good shot of the valley out there. Oh, it's just so beautiful today. And let me do another 360 real quick here. The temple there, the mountains behind me, and let's see if I can show the mountains. It's just so peaceful around here, except for the trucks and a lot of construction, and hopefully the trucks won't be too annoying today. I can hear, it's a pickup truck coming, but it's not a diesel truck. But anyway, so I find that very interesting. I was telling a friend that the Democratic Party used to be the party of freedom, and we want freedom, free speech, and all these things. Not anymore. At least those would be Kennedy Democrats, maybe, who, for the most part, are now jumped the Trump train. That populist, evil man who can you believe the things that one of these stations was saying about he's going to turn the guns on the American people. You have to rioting and destroying property. Yeah, well, criminals, we've got to protect ourselves, right? But anyway, so it's comical. But what else can we talk about? Maybe a little bit about healthcare. I was telling my Democrat friend that when it comes to this, I think RFK Jr. is probably the most knowledgeable Democrat or any politician that I know of on the situation for health in this country, and I trust him to be able to do something about it. But even my Democrat friend, or he doesn't. Let's see. He says he's not a Democrat, but okay. But he concedes that he doesn't like big government solutions. Well, he's in the wrong party then, or he's not. He claims not to be in a party, but for some reason he thinks Kamala Kamala's our woman. So, but the Democrat Party is the party of big government solutions and a law making everything illegal, and so if need be, you can make a criminal out of anybody to censor them, to stifle them, to cancel them, to this is the gone nuts Democrat Party that we are now dealing with. So anyway, let's see. Oh, then I wanted to say something about ChatGPT. One thing we agreed to have a friendly political discussion. This is one, I don't know how to describe him. He doesn't call himself a Democrat, but let's just say I don't see him voting for Trump. But we were having a discussion, and I think the first topic he brought up, and I said, well, this is a layup. He said immigration, and I wanted to get my facts straight, so I consulted ChatGPT, and there's a big long paragraph of things, and then I just kind of summarized what those points are and made a comment, and then I guess he ran a plagiarism check on me and said, you copied and pasted this. I go, what? No, I finally had to send in my ChatGPT. Exactly, this is what I was referencing. I was just trying to summarize it. But it seemed to quiet him down, and man, oh wow, I didn't expect that. He said, oh, that was pretty good from ChatGPT. So that's one thing I like about ChatGPT. It doesn't always give you the right answer, and but there's no emotion there. There's no emotion, and like I've said before, with my conspiracy theories, it inevitably will give you the first answer to your question will be the official narrative that is politically correct or whatever, and you push back, and it starts to concede ground. You push back more, it concedes more ground, and almost to the point where my son-in-law said, "Well, that's maybe that's how it's designed to make everybody feel good about themselves. Like the Democrats will love it, because the first thing it gives them is their answer, and then the Republicans will have to fight for their answer, but it'll give it to them. Unlike in real life, we can't get people to concede much at all. But I see ChatGPT, the scariest though it is to me, that eventually may lose our jobs, but at least when it comes to these kind of discussions, it's helpful. And I thought, wow, thank you, ChatGPT. And so I suggest you play around with it and take note of my suggestions and see if you can push back on it when it doesn't give you the answer you think you. One area I've been kind of thinking of areas that I could use it for my benefit. Some areas it doesn't do very well. It's like music stuff, guitar stuff. I said, can you generate me some flashcards to help me brush up on my chord shapes and blah blah blah. And I conceded that conceded that it would not be able to generate the images that the chord charts that I'm traditionally accustomed to looking at, but it did create a text form which you can decipher pretty easily. But they were, time after time, they're incorrect. And I go, what? I thought I was getting somewhere. I thought I could get it to correct its errors, and it was just making some weird. It was labeling notes the wrong note. Like I said, play. Show me all the positions I can play. A minor seventh or A flat minor seventh flat 5 on different positions on different string sets on the guitar, and almost all of them were wrong, or the note was wrong, and so after playing with it for too long, I just gave up on it. I said, okay, well, maybe it'll get better at that over time, and some, what do they call it, machine learning. So this is not perfect, and but just removing emotion from the equation and just giving you, sometimes you have to dispute the facts, or not always facts, you have to dispute them sometimes, but at least there's no emotion. And I don't know, I was surprised at how helpful that was, and so I can think of a bunch of other applications to apply it in, and I encourage you to play around with it. I mean, it's scary, AI is scary, but it's here, and we might as well try to make it smarter by challenging it and using it. And so that is something I encourage everyone to do. And there's something else I wanted to say. Hello. Well, how many minutes is that? That's 9 minutes or 8 minutes. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll leave it at that, and I'll make another video if the subject I wanted to talk about comes back to me. But that was it. Oh, maybe it was related to just another quick topic. I'm a former Delta flight attendant, and have lifetime flight benefits, and I was trying to get my kids listed. They're trying to come back from Japan and coming back here, but you can't get a human being on the. Now my employee website, for whatever reason, the route that we were trying to route them around to avoid flights that didn't look very good, because they can only fly when there's a seat available. So we tried to do a route that looked good on the flights, and it was a flight from Tokyo to LA to Seattle to Salt Lake, and I could not get the computer to recognize that or to be able to calculate the fare for that and allow me to list it. And then as we were talking to my son-in-law in Japan, and we were both listening to, he made a local call. I think it was the same 800 number, but because it shows him in Japan, I think he was getting maybe people from Singapore or the Philippines or somewhere. And the wait wasn't so long, so it was good. But then when it came to actually listing the flight, it went through an automated process, and it was kind of a pain, but at least it allowed us to list the flight, just make the route exactly how we wanted it. And then it spit him out this is all done by AI. I was like, wow, it's kind of slow and cumbersome, but man, it was like, and it, it can't recognize just everything you say, at least this one. I'm assuming it's AI, because it was just so, in a way, slick. Not like talking to a human being, but, and then the only step left for him to do with a human, because it wouldn't, something with the site to actually pay for the ticket, we actually created a record locator number, and no problem, and finally got it, and the only step that was left was to make payment for. And that was for some reason, we tried several credit cards and finally got one to take. Oh, well, no. We couldn't purchase it ourselves online, so we had to wait for a person to talk, and then it put us on hold for about, 10, 15 minutes, and talking to all kinds of people, and she finally got it to go. And I don't know what the problem was, but oh man, it was a little bit of a chore, but I finally finished at 2 a.m. We were on the phone. I don't know, he was in Japan trying to work on this, and then called me, and then once he called me, it was about 2 hours or more on the phone, going back and forth trying to get these things listed. And oh wow, it's a little bit of a chore. But apparently Delta's doing away with buddy passes. So I think they're going to slowly do it starting next year and kind of phase it out. But that will be a little bit of a, I don't use buddy passes very much because I hate people to get stuck somewhere, and as an employee trying to help a buddy pass get on their flights, it's like a full-time job. So I don't recommend it I never recommended buddy passes, but unless you're completely got a free schedule and you can stand a delay on the outgoing or the return flight, I do not recommend using buddy passes at all, but they're going away. So that will impact me. My children will still have access to what do they call it, a reduced fare ticket, even though they're fully grown, but their kids will not. So this may restrict. But on the positive side, I won't be getting calls from friends saying, "Oh, can you sell me a buddy pass?" And I don't mind doing the buddy pass, except that I just don't want to put people through this. I mean, as an employee, it's stressful enough. That's why we only choose flights that we know are pretty empty and that we're going to get on. And like if we're going to go somewhere where we're going to, a long flight, we try to go direct all the time. And hopefully if it's a Salt Lake direct flight, if we don't get on, we can go home, So it's become quite a challenge. But anyway, so I'll end there. If I think of something else, I will make another video. But thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.